as we know that a pair of linear equations in two variables, when plotted on a graph, can have one of the three possible outcomes. Those are: the pair of lines are intersecting, then they have only one common point, and vice versa. The pair of lines are coinciding, then they have all common points, and vice versa. The pair of lines are parallel, then they have no common point, and vice versa. Based on the above outcomes, we can also categorize the pair of linear equations as one of the following type: consistent pair of linear equations, dependent pair of linear equations, and inconsistent pair of linear equations. Let us see each individually. Consistent pair of linear equations. A pair of linear equations in two variables, which has a solution or point, is said to be a consistent pair of linear equations. Dependent pair of linear equations. A pair of linear equations which is equivalent and has infinitely many distinct common solutions or points is said to be a dependent pair of linear equations. Inconsistent pair of linear equations. A pair of linear equations which has no common solution or point is said to be an inconsistent pair of linear equations. Please note that a dependent pair of linear equations is always consistent. Let's summarize the behavior of lines representing a pair of linear equations in two variables and the existence of their solutions. The lines may intersect in a single point. In this case, the pair of equations has a unique solution and is also known as consistent pair of equations. The lines may be coincident. In this case, the equations have infinitely many solutions and are also known as dependent, consistent pair of equations. The lines may be parallel. In this case, the equations have no solution and are also known as inconsistent pair of equations. Let us consider the three pairs of linear equations for which we have solved algebraically and graphically also. X minus 2y equals 0 and 3x plus 4y minus 20 equals 0. The lines intersect. 2x plus 3y minus 9 equals 0 and 4x plus 6y minus 18 equals 0. The lines coincide. X plus 2y minus 4 equals 0 and 2x plus 4y minus 12 equals 0. The lines are parallel. Let us now write down and compare the values of A1 by A2, B1 by B2, C1 by C2 in the given three examples. Here, A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 denote the coefficients of pair of linear equations. This table summarizes the ratios of coefficients of x, y and constant terms in the pair of linear equations, their comparison, and their graphical and algebraic representation. If the lines are represented by the equations A1x plus B1y plus C1 equals 0, and A2x plus B2y plus C2 equals 0. From the above table, we can observe that if the lines are intersecting, then A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2 and vice versa. If the lines are coincident, then A1 by A2 equals B1 by B2 equals C1 by C2 and vice versa. If the lines are parallel, then A1 by A2 equals B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2 and vice versa. Let's see few examples on these three conditions.